Hey guys, today at 1025 we're doing legs and shoulders. Oh.
I love my back pain all going now. How's your pain doing? Is it getting better?
Oh yeah, that's good. I'm pretty much back to normal.
You're listening to the Sounds of Mayhem Volume 1.
This is amazing. Oh, cool. It's sunny out.
Yeah, that's good. First day of spring.
Funny, it's warm, bro.
Yeah, I can't wait. What gets crazy is like seeing these girls that like bench 3 plates, like you squat like 3 plates. I'm like, man,
Oh yeah,
I don't even look that big. Like I say, really big legs.
yeah, 3 plates.
Throw a pound there.
Well, I'm gonna weigh myself this morning. Fuck. Oh,
158, baby.
holy shit. Fuck, man. Yeah, you should eat some pasta.
Weekends are just the worst. I just don't eat on the weekend.
Yeah. I think I ate the most in the weekend. What did I have?
I'm going low enough, it's a little heavy, but
Yeah, good. Yeah, I just can't wait to work outside in the summer.
oh yeah, man.
It's gonna be like all hot and sweaty.
No, I don't like that part that much.
You don't like it? That's my favorite.
No, well, like, then when you're trying to bench and the sun's in your fucking eyes, it's like, fuck!
Bench so wet.
Like, I like the temperature, but, like, there's definitely things I don't love about it, but, I don't know.
the 25 ones.
That's all I got, 55, fuck, whatever. Maybe they one more get stuck. It's like, now time to squat even more.
Goblet squats. Goblet squats. We do split squats next.
Temple here, you squat. Yeah. Can't even do them, so I love it. Sorry, I can't do it. Oh, yeah, still for a bit.
It's great.
Oh, it's funny. I saw that forward punch thing your mom posted on it. What did you say about her?
Did you say crazy woman?
Yeah, that's funny. So I don't know why I went on Instagram randomly today.
Mm-hmm.
Why I went?
You haven't been on in like a while?
No, I don't have the app.
Oh.
I might just delete it. I don't even use it, so. Cause I didn't delete my account, but like I uninstalled Snapchat. I haven't been on it in like a long time. Fuck everything. I want to get off Instagram. The only problem with Facebook, I don't like use it to look at shit, but people invite me to stuff on it. Like I don't know, you get like, well, so-and-so's hosting this event. It's like, well, I don't want to delete my Facebook account to miss out on that shit.
Yeah, I guess.
But ultimately, I just kind of want to not be on social media at all. One thing, okay, I know it sounds kind of crazy though. One thing I've kind of like thinking about getting older. So ever since you were a kid, I don't know, maybe you still do, but you wake up to all these messages and stuff like that. But now there's so many times I wake up, it's like, nothing. Or, it's not for Sam, that's okay, just a couple things. But when it's before, it's like, fuck. It's like a Snapchat from so-and-so, this so-and-so story, all these notifications are on your fucking phone. I'm like, what the fuck? Now it's just like, time. Signal from Sam. Look at this. So I don't know if it's a good or bad thing.
Alright.
So like I said, one way it's good because that means my life isn't really super tied to being online, but at the same time I'm not necessarily maximizing my time offline, really.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Yeah, I can see that. Oh yeah, most of those notifications are pretty useless.
Yeah, I agree, man.
I always disable the dumb shit where it's like, oh, someone just went live or someone posted a story.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Exactly.
Yeah, I hate that crap.
Like basically the only notifications I get now are like from you, from Messenger, and then from my bank. Cause I got like an app whenever I'm going to get charged, it shows me.
Yeah, so whatever, yeah. It's good to have.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all I get, just messages.
Yeah, exactly.
Cleared all of the crap out.
Yeah, because I just don't do
I
it.
even like unsubscribe from so many emails too.
Oh yeah.
I'm still constantly doing that.
I gotta start doing that. It's one of those things like, I've kind of given up on my email address, but one day I should just like take a bunch of Adderall and then like spend the whole day starting my email out. Not actually, guys. I'm not taking Adderall. I've actually never taken that before. It's a joke.
Yeah, you have to fucking unsubscribe from a bunch of shit.
No, I know. I get this random stuff from like.
You sign up once, they're like, oh, here's 20 emails.
Yeah, man. No, I agree. Leaving the gloves in my room. Not that I like super need them, but it's so weird. Oh. Man, I don't want to eat when I go home. I got turkey and mashed potatoes. Fuck.
Turkey and
I'm gonna fall asleep and I'm like, man. Man.
Yeah, I don't really like turkey at all.
It's okay.
It's so bland.
Yeah.
It's dry.
Yeah, I can agree.
Mashed potatoes with you agree too?
So the guy I went to work with for lunch today, he talked about how he's like eating chicken feet for us. Kind of like,
What is it?
Chicken feet.
Oh wow.
How do you even eat that? Yeah, weird. We eat pig
It's all
feet
crunchy.
too. Yeah, I don't know. Very interesting.
Chicken feet.
Yeah, man. I don't know. Like, I'm not super picky, but I don't know if I'd try to eat chicken feet. I'd probably try it.
Yeah, let's try it.
It's kind of weird eating chicken's feet. Like, none of it goes to waste.
It's even here, like just skin
Yeah.
and like tiny bones.
I don't even know. Maybe it's crunchy. Maybe I get stuck in wheel, break my braces, like crunch it. Probably looks weird too, right? Because it's like just your feet.
Yeah. Here we go. Number 2.
I was also thinking, why don't I just become a country singer? Name's Blake Foreman. That's a pretty fucking country name, I think. I'll do it, baby. Can I perform that whole barrel? He's like, boys around here. I'll just do that and I'll make a TikTok. And I'll be like, hey boys, you guys around here? Their face ratings too. It's over, buddy boy.
Oh, dude, yeah. People do music reviews. You can do face reviews.
People already do that, man. Yeah.
Oh, they do?
There's a guy called Wheat Waffles on YouTube, and people pay money for him to do like a face analysis YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
There's also this other guy, I think his name's Chatify. He, people send pictures and he rates them, and then he like shows like what a chat version of them could look like and what like realistic surgeries you can do to get there and stuff like that. So
You can probably do that.
yeah, it's crazy, man. It was like
$20 a pop.
it's just like, you know, offer advice. This whole you open it's like, oh, it's over, buddy.
Oh, dude. Thanks for the money, though. Nothing you can do.
Yeah, dude. But it's just so crazy to think like it's kind of becoming mainstream now. Like not exactly the black pill, but like I don't know, really like being really objective with looks and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah.
I think a lot less people. Well, it's probably not good and bad, but it's probably good for the people who like have reasonable ways of fixing like an issue that they don't really know about, they learn about. But it's bad for people that dwell upon it, you know?
Yeah. Think about it.
As I push my legs, they pull me to the ground.
Did you see that Whatever podcast? No, it's called Whatever.
Okay.
It's weird. The guy used to have a YouTube channel called Whatever.
Yeah.
And he used to do like public stuff, whatever. It's like pretty popular. The guy switched to a podcast.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of like fresh and fit, but not cringy.
Oh, okay.
Like not how they do shit.
Oh, I think maybe I have seen it.
It's like his clips go around. Like it's pretty popular. He's white.
On my phone, or whatever.
Yeah.
But okay, I'll look into it. But there's this one I've been watching though. I think I don't know if it's the same guy because I think I know exactly what you're talking about. It's like Fresh and Foot, and there's like a white guy with like brunette hair, and he usually has like other like
Brown hair.
and there's other hosts he comes with him. And he's got a shot at like a little bit of facial hair too. The main guy.
I think it's a beard.
Yeah, okay, I think it is.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just me, but some of the things I'm watching, they're getting the dumbest girls ever again too, I feel.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's not any different, you know?
Which one did you watch?
I just watched random clips.
Like which clip?
I didn't watch the whole, I don't remember exactly which one I watched. What was it about? Because there's just like little like YouTube shorts that I see where it's like talking about like, you know, realistic standards.
Like the girl that says she's a 10.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Okay, that's the cop.
Yeah. Okay, it is.
Yeah, like some were just
I know. I can see it maybe being a little bit more tame than it, but at the same time, it's like, man, you guys are still picking on fucking idiots. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I haven't really given it a shot though. I haven't really given it a fair shot.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I don't know. It seems better. It's like there's that loud clip. The girl's like, I'm a 10, and she's clearly not.
Yeah.
And then what was the other one? The girl was like saying there's like this one girl that like looked really dumb and she's going viral. She's saying something about like feminism or like the struggles of women. And then he asked her like, oh, what is it? She's like, oh, I shouldn't have to tell you.
Yeah.
Or this is something like
I think I heard that too.
That one.
She didn't have like a concrete answer, and then he's kind of just telling her. I heard that girl's really dumb, and he's kind of like telling her like, oh no, yeah, she wouldn't explain herself basically.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah.
And then like another recent one was when he had like 6 girls on, and he's like, can you define what a woman is? And they're just like, no.
Yeah.
Or like one girl's like, anybody that wants to be a woman. And he's like, yeah, but what is a woman?
Yeah,
like,
exactly. That's fair.
He went through like all 6 girls with like no answer.
Okay, we all have to give it a go to see exactly what it is.
It seems a little better.
It's better, but
it could be very similar, right? Just getting stupid girls on there.
stupid girls do, and some of the takes I feel like are a little bit of a stretch.
Yeah.
Like, I understand in some capacity you can't think all data is gospel, but I feel like sometimes some people, like, and that, like, sometimes they completely just, like, try to disprove studies, and not disprove, but disregard a study or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly which clip it was. It wasn't him, it was a really dumb guy he got on there. That basically like, oh, I don't trust any studies. It's like, bro, like, sure, you could argue that it's biased. You could argue any study's biased. And these studies have to have some weight in some capacity. Well, if you don't agree with this study, find a study to disprove it, rather than be like, oh, this is
off.
Yeah, exactly. This is just what they want you to think and stuff. And it's like, yeah, maybe you're right. But sometimes I just really do feel like it's funny when they present data that affirms their thing, but then any other data that doesn't affirm that, it's like fake,
it's wrong.
bullshit.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, I don't know.
You have to have like a counter argument.
I agree. Like at least bring it. Like I think a good debate would be like if somebody brought up a study that says this, it's like, well, I found this study that is kind of relevant in this, but had this kind of points, and you can kind of talk about what the validity of it in a way, rather than just be like,
or
nah,
you can
that's
like
wrong.
say like, oh, I looked at the study and they did this thing this way.
Yeah, exactly. That's completely. Like I love people when they debate like that. It's just the worst when it's like, man, all the studies are fucking. It's like, bro, like you can say that about anything. You know what I mean? You can say that about God. Be like, oh yeah, man. It's like, oh, like what? How's God real? You don't even know he's real, man. He's God. He's so magical, bro. Dude, like, why did God do this? Oh, it's all part of God's plan. You just wouldn't understand it. It's like, bro, like.
Same argument, yeah.
That's what I mean. So I don't know. It was just the one guy I saw on the show was a complete fucking moron. Yeah. But I don't know. Maybe I'll give it a shot. But
it seems like a little bit better because he's never like, oh, don't talk when I'm talking. Like, get out of here. Like something stupid like that.
Awful too. But part of me kind of wonders, like, I don't know. I haven't really given it a fair listen. I mean, there are some valid points, but I still do kind of feel like, do you actually ever put yourself in an even playing field, like for like, you know, with people who are probably of similar intelligence to you, but on the opposition? You know what I mean? They're just grabbing random girls. Yeah. They're like, my boyfriend has to make $500K a year. Is that most girls?
Yeah.
I don't fucking think so, bro. You know what I mean? So I guess part of me, like, I haven't watched a lot of the content, but I'd at least hope that it's not just like, hey, like, let's do the same thing that Myron does and get these really like stupid girls exactly, right? So I don't know.
It was interesting. But like I was watching one today, and they're having a debate on a topic, and what I liked was like people are going back and forth, and he's like, all right, everyone, let's just like keep it cool. We'll just all debate this one topic, and we'll keep it very like logical.
Okay.
We'll go back and forth. And
that's good.
We'll have like a genuine debate. And I was like, okay, like that's sweet for someone to like say like, okay, you go, and then that person goes.
Well, I agree. Yeah,
so
it's formal. It's not just yelling and fucking talking over people and not giving people turns. So that's not like one of those things like the loudest voice in the room is the one that's heard. Stuff like that. You know what I mean? So maybe I'll give it a go too. But part of me though feels like a lot of the talking points are really similar to Myron's takes. Yeah. That's something I don't like because I think he's got some dog shit takes. Like the one where he was fucking. No, I'm not saying they did this, but I haven't watched them enough to falsify it. But Myron did that one type where he's like singing the girl for lunch, and the girl's like, "You cook?" Like, no. And he's like, "Oh, do you fight?" No. It's like, "Oh, yeah, I know your rule." It's like, bro, that's such a dog shit take. What the fuck is that? Like, sure, arguably, in most circumstances, the man's going to probably be stronger than the one that's still being protected more. But that doesn't mean like, oh, it's not my job. It's like, that's your fucking job. You know what I mean? Where we're like, gender roles and stuff. It's like, man, like, I don't, like...
Yeah, they're so, like...
Like, come on, man. I actually do think that's a little misogynistic in a way. It's like, you're a woman, so you should cook. Like, fuck, I think that's kind of fucking stupid. On there. You know what I mean? I think in an ideal world, it could be like 50-50. Or even if there's a relationship where the guy cooks more than the girl, I don't see anything wrong with that. Yeah. Personally. Crazy, But Myron's probably like, man, you know, you guys just don't understand it, man. The government brainwashed you, man. They're turning you into fucking fanboys. Like, no.
Wait, which one's Myron? Is he the...
Is he not? Oh, I mean, I'm getting mixed up. Is Myron the fucking, the head guy? Like, the guy that's like bald? Low-tier normie with some muscles?
I know there's like the good-looking guy and then some other guy that's like not good-looking.
Oh. Okay.
Or is that Fresh and Fit?
I think it might be Fresh and Fit. I don't know.
Oh, wait, who's Myron?
The guy you think is good looking.
Oh.
Fuck watching, man.
I mean, like, better looking than other
Black
guys.
Hills, she's fucking like low tier, like Jim Max low tier normie, like fuck.
He's way better looking than the other guy.
Oh yeah, the other guy's so big, bro. What do you want, man? What do you want?
Man, another guy, fuck, dude, when he talks, it's like you just know he's lying about everything.
Yeah, man.
Whenever he talks, he just makes shit up.
Yeah, man, I did it for no.
Yeah, I got invited to this after party from this NBA player, and the 3 girls came up to me. It's like, dude, that did not happen.
So it's called the Whatever Podcast. Okay, I'll have to check it out and like to actually have a critical analysis. I'm just talking out of my ass here, and maybe I got a bit of bias just because the talking points are kind of similar to the other ones, and I just feel like from the actual debates I've seen, it's like that one dumb girl saying that all girls are 10s or whatever. I'm just like, yeah, man, like it's the same shit.
That it might be similar with just getting dumb girls.
Like it's kind of like Steven Crowder, you know what I mean? When he goes to fucking schools and he debates 19-year-olds, it's like, bro,
like really stupid 19.
like it's like, man, like they're literally like when I was 19 years old, like I'm not even that smart now. I can even learn more. But like when you're like 35 and you're basing me that's 19, that's like it's like picking on babies, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's like I don't know. Like I think it's more interesting when you have like, but then the problem is we get these really like high intellectual debates like Jordan Peterson versus somebody else that's like.
It's hard to keep up with all the big words, man. Especially Jordan Peterson. Sometimes he's using these like money store. I'm like, man, I gotta look that up. I gotta pause the video a little bit more.
Yeah, exactly. But
yeah, he's good. You like Jordan Peterson?
But yeah, I'll have to check it out. I'll see. I'll listen to it a bit and see what's going on with it.
Yeah, it's like fun.
I don't know. I just maybe like the slow stuff.
Very similar, I guess.
I don't know why too. I don't really like the guy that much.
Oh no.
I don't know why. There's something about him I don't like. But I haven't given him a fair shot, so. Average. Good. We're halfway.
Still recording?
Yeah, we were talking so long.
I go first? Oh, that's good.
Is there anyone in particular that's good to watch? It's good to watch?
Oh, I started watching one today. It's about abortion. So it's a iffy topic.
That's fair. I'm curious to listen to that one.
Yeah. I started and it seemed cool. Because they had this other guy on there. But
So is he like super pro-life?
oh, I don't know if he stated his opinion, but he just had someone else on there
Oh, okay, interesting.
that was arguing for it.
Yeah, okay.
And from what I was watching, it was basically like a 5-on-1.
Yeah.
With the argument.
Did you hear that? I don't know what state it is, but they wanted to charge people with the death penalty for getting abortions. Did you hear about that?
I didn't hear about that.
I don't know exactly where it is, but like that's kind of a crazy take, no?
Yeah, I wonder if it's even true.
I don't know. That's the thing that's so hard, man. Is you get in these spots where whatever, like they have these super polarized points. So then what happens is people are like, oh, everybody who leans a certain way must think that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like something like that. But then you can also have the point where people think it's okay to like have really late trimester abortions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Regardless.
But the thing with that, like, if someone's like talking about the death penalty,
Yeah.
I wonder if it's even true. I mean, like, my assumption is it's like false, so it's not true.
Well, it's like if you're wrong, man.
Because like they said that about Ron DeSantis in Florida, like not that exactly. They said something similar. They're like, oh, he's banning African American history in Florida. So they pushed that like all over the news, like on The View and like CNN and all.
What was the actual point?
But so the actual point was there was this new course on it was like an AP course on African American history, but inside the course it had like queer theory
Oh, interesting.
and like gender theory inside the course.
Yeah.
So he's like, what does queer theory have to do with like African American history?
Yeah, but then
This is someone trying to like sneak this stuff in. So
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
it's
that's
like
fair.
he said that like to the public on like this public forum thing, like where some journalist was asking questions,
Yeah.
but then still the media is like, no, he's banning African American history,
Oh,
and
my
it sounds
God.
like, oh, he's this terrible racist guy.
Yeah, that's what's so tough is like
Liars.
a lot of times like people just take a snippet of it and then they just blow it out of proportion or they try to
Yeah.
make it to their kind of agenda or their dialogue.
Yeah, their
Yeah,
liking.
exactly.
So like,
So yeah, that could totally be it.
yeah, death penalty. I mean, that seems so extreme.
Well, the thing is I guess like if you let's say you hit somebody with a car and they're pregnant, like you'd be considered a double homicide, right?
Yeah.
So in that case, like I don't know, it's such a weird fucking thing. Like, but yeah, that probably is extreme regardless. But like,
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure.
I wouldn't think so. You're getting an illegal abortion, like.
Death penalty. What the hell?
So you killed a life, so you died too. Like,
So we're
come on,
gonna
man.
see his death.
I think honestly, at the end of the day, most people aren't as far on one side. Or if what we're trying to say is, they're not nearly as polarized as they seem, I think. Like some people probably, you know, they could disagree about things, but I don't think it's like everybody who's on the opposition is in this category, you know what I mean? Like I think more
Yeah.
people, like I definitely think a lot more people are in between. It would have to make sense, are in between than super far right or super far left.
Yeah. It's only the minorities that are on the extreme that get all.
Yeah, I agree, because like to be fair, like you kind of have to be like a little crazy to believe in that stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like trying to identify as a fairy or whatever, or or something else with the death penalty or whatever. Like it's like either one of those. Those are quite extreme.
Very extreme, yeah.
But then what happens is people get to a point where they're like, oh man, I hate the other side. They believe in this. It's like, well, probably most people don't.
Yeah. Oh, but even the Hodge twins reacted to the water clips.
yeah.
It was pretty funny. Because they did like the woman question video.
Okay.
And the dude's like, he's like, man, this girl's got the biggest blank. She doesn't know what a woman is.
Yeah. I'll look into
I
it.
mean, of course they would say that.
Yeah. It is such a hard question to like, I don't know, for me, like, to know, I guess what I'm trying to say is if you're trying to argue against like biology, it's such a hard question to answer, like to have like a good meaningful, like, I don't know. Cause like,
Yeah, it's like basically rooted in
because
biology.
honestly for me, like my take, if somebody transitions to a woman, if they label themselves as a trans woman, I'm not neglecting that personally,
Yeah.
right? You're a trans woman. Are you a biological woman? Not necessarily. But then it kind of depends what is a woman. And in a way, it kind of seems like it could be tied to biology. But then if trans women exist and they're still technically a kind of version of a woman, then that kind of falsifies the biological stance of it, no?
I think they're just like a trans woman.
Yeah, but is it still technically as a trans woman, still technically kind of a woman in a way? You don't think so at all? Okay. But it just depends what you consider a woman, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Like a biological female, they're not a biological female then, right? But being a trans woman, in part, like, if you're partially transitioning to be like a woman in a way, don't you kind of act like a woman in a way? I don't know, for me at least, I guess what I'm trying to say is, would I consider you a biological female? No. But could I consider you a trans woman? Yes. So in part, are you a woman then? A little bit? No? Not at all?
Sort of a woman.
I don't know. I guess just for me, like, that's what I feel a little bit about
Then
it.
it's like also like what's the difference between a man and a woman? Because like, I mean, girls can act like guys too. Like they can dress
Well, I could agree.
how we dress, they can work out or whatever. And they can take testosterone to like deepen their voice and grow their muscles. But it's like, they'll never grow a penis.
Well, I could agree. if somebody kind of is indistinguishable to a point, and they're a trans woman technically, are they 0% women still? I don't know. Like that's the thing that's like. I guess it just depends what the actual like definition of woman is, and that's like for me. Like I know I can agree. Like if you transition, your biology doesn't change.
Yeah.
Like you're still like
you can't really
yeah
do anything with it down there.
Like gender
have a baby, you can't have AIDS.
But gender is such like a weird subject. I think gender is harder to quantify in a way too. Do you think gender is always bound to sex? Because then if you're talking about how girls can be manly then, like what, I don't know, it's kind of weird in a way, you know what I mean? Because like there's some, like I know it's bad to say, there's some men that don't really act like men. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's always gonna be that.
So like, I don't know. Like I'm very like in between. I feel like in some regards, and for me it's always about respect. Regardless, I kind of feel like, hey, you know what? Like at the end of the day, like if you're not hurting anybody and you're doing anything, I don't really care. But like in some regard, like it's kind of difficult to know which way to lean exactly because I can see. Not exactly like 100% clear points, but like bits and pieces where I'm like, yeah, like I can kind of agree. Like you can't change your DNA. You can't change your DNA. Like, but like if you present yourself in society as a woman and you're treated as a woman in a way, if it's just is your DNA the only thing that kind of captures your your identity? Like I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like I kind of think so because like just in general, like the main difference between a man and a woman is like. That stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like the woman bears the child. Like men can't have babies, or like just like the anatomy is like kind of set.
Okay.
Like, you can't really change it.
Yeah.
And, like there's like surgeries that like try to, and it's just like it just doesn't like it's not the same. Like nothing works.
Oh yeah, in a biological sense, I can agree with you. But then is the biology the only thing you can identify by though, you know what I mean? Like I don't know.
I guess so.
Like isn't it like
what else is there? Like from clothes?
Like I guess what I'm trying to say is like I don't know, it's just such a weird space. So I think for me personally, like I think I talked about this before, I like kind of the labels like man, woman, trans man. I think that's fine for me.
Yeah, I think that's fine as well.
That's the thing that kind of makes me wonder, is it kind of like a different category where it's like another? Like instead of just having one or two, you have four or something like that, right? Like, is that fine to do? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, like, I guess it's like, if you're born one way, you want to identify as the other way.
It doesn't change your DNA, but if you want to like present yourself as a woman for society,
yeah, that makes sense.
but then are you still a man? Like I guess you're biologically still male, but then like if you're not displaying yourself as a man,
yeah,
should people still consider you a man then? Like I don't know. That's weird for me.
Yeah, that's a tricky part.
Like for me specifically too, like because that's why like I kind of like the four categories because then like if I could call somebody a trans woman, like they shouldn't get offended by it necessarily. I could be wrong, but like
maybe some people would.
Yeah, well, they would, because you can't completely like switch like if we're talking about it in a complete biological sense. But then the problem with the trans stuff, it's not really tied to biology at all. That's the thing that's so weird about it to me. You know what I mean?
Because it's like tricky because there's some people, or like yeah, there could be a guy that transitions and he probably looks better than some women as a woman, right?
It's like when I see him, should I just think he's like that's the thing that's weird too. Is like I saw this lesbian talking about it. Like she was kind of against the whole labeling and stuff like that because she's like when she looks at a woman, she's like attracted to a woman. You know what I mean? But somebody is a man and they transition to a woman, but they don't really look like a woman. then like the biological attraction's not really there. You know what I mean? So that's what's kind of odd. Like sexual preference is such a weird thing too in a way, right? Because then if you think about it, if you're a man and there's a woman that, or like let's say a trans woman, you'd think like on average you've got like probably most got like if you were technically a woman, then there wouldn't be any issues. But a lot of guys do have issues with dating trans women, and not that like, and maybe people will call me transphobic. I don't really know how I feel about that. I don't know if I want to date a trans woman necessarily, right? I don't think there's anything really wrong with that.
No.
Like it's just all preference, right? So then there's that kind of stance. It's like, well, if I'm attracted to women and I'm not really attracted to that, but like I'm not. But the thing that's hard too is just because you're a man doesn't mean you're attracted to all women. There's only like you're only like
There's still preferences within the women.
so it's I don't know, it's just weird, man.
Yeah. Oh, but that was the other clip that went viral.
What was it?
On that whatever thing, whereas someone asked a question from the chat. They're like to the guy, would you sleep with a trans woman or sleep with the oldest woman on earth? And the guy's like, oh, I'd sleep with the oldest woman on earth.
Yeah.
And then they're going crazy.
Makes sense.
Alright, that's 1025. See ya.